goes frequently. I mean, yeah, let's talk about so we
Stop
know
it.
what today we're gonna go
Yo,
topics.
roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another CMA Connected presented by SiriusXM. On this lunchtime learning session, I, your host, Ben Wu, are going to introduce many of you to a brand of lighting specialists. I say lighting specialists because we're talking about bulbs, we're talking about LED bars, we're talking about all different types of things that is not really a new player in the game, has certainly been there for a long time, but first time on CMA broadcast anyhow. So we'd love to welcome them. And they're coming to you via their distributor, Dix Performance. So without further ado, I'd like to go to the Dix Performance crew. They're hanging out in their studio over in Edmonton and get them on to get the scoop on this brand called Brightsource. What's going on, fellas?
Hi, Ben. How are you today? Hello, hello.
Well, we are almost done with the week, and this month, has been real heavy talking about lighting. I think that sun going down early is affecting people, and there's a sense of urgency, right, from the market. The consumer is saying, "Oh my God, I need to get lit up." Do you agree or
Yep. I 100% agree. We were dark at 8:00 last night, so it's coming. That seasonal lighting and needing it at 4:00 is just around the corner. So we're happy to announce Brightsource to everybody today. And we've got some great products to show off and some great information from some of the partners over at Brightsource.
Fantastic. So I think we have one of the head honchos that are joining us today. Why don't we get him on? Because I got a bunch of questions. I want to learn all about this brand and make sure that we get the right messaging out to our dealers who are tuning in. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome for the first time. He's the owner or co-owner and, well, Mr. Presidente, I suppose, over at Brightsource, Mr. Ian McKenzie. Welcome to the show, Ian.
Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate the opportunity to talk with you.
Well, I tend to talk a lot, so please bear with me. But this is fun because this is for the first time you guys are on here. I love talking about lighting. We just finished a whole day of training on lighting, and lighting is literally what everybody's talking about right now. So I think the timing is fantastic that you guys have made the time to be on here. So let's get the story. Brightsource, for those who don't know, talk to us a little bit about your brand, your company, how long you've been around, where you're located.
Sure, thank you. Yeah, we're my partner John Hilton and I have been, business partner John Hilton and I have been in the lighting world for more years than I care to count, more than 30. Wow. So we started Lighthouse Project, which is a parent company of the brand Brightsource, in 2010, and started doing business with Dix in 2012, as a matter of fact. So we've been around for a long time, and we got into the business because there was a big gap in the headlight bulb upgrade market here in Canada. As you know, daytime running lights have been an issue for vehicles since 1986, and it makes for some finicky wiring solutions. So we were able to design and solve many problems that people had when they went to upgrade their HID lights back in the day, which is still a live category. And then even more importantly is LED has come alive and progressed so fast. Solutions for Canadian vehicles for that too. So yeah, it just went from there, to be honest with you, Ben. We got into light bar business as it evolved, and we're now into work lights, safety lights, rechargeables, all sorts of stuff. And we're excited to show you some really cool things here today.
I gotta be honest, Dave has been hyping you up in the background like you have no idea. I'm pretty excited because, of course, I did my due diligence and went and snooped around a little bit. So let's be clear. This is a Canadian company. Where are you based, Ian?
Correct. Yeah, we're based in Vancouver.
Oh, West Coast.
We primarily focus on the Canadian market. We do a little bit down south, but this is our market. We're a northern climate, as you know. The harsh weather conditions in the winter really require, weatherproofed, bulletproof product and lights that come on when you need them, which is every day here in the winter. So you can't mess around with products that are not Arctic ready, right? So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
And you were mentioning, so we're going to be looking at some consumer products as well as some for the commercial side of things, some fleet stuff,
Yes,
safety
absolutely.
stuff. Okay, very
Yeah.
interesting. Let's segue that to Dix Performance now. Dave, the story, you, Brightsource, together. What's the deal?
We've had a very rich partnership over the years. We have a lot of lighting brands at Dix Performance. Brightsource is very much a primary for us. It's also been a primary in a retail space for us as well. From an installer background, I very much appreciated their product and being able to have the ease of install and not have to hack up harnesses and put in resistors, throw in diodes, and do all these crazy things. So they gave us some beautiful products over the years. The Optimax coupler, all the different connectors and styles that they give us are very OE grade in quality, lead to great installs. We stand behind the product. We can do it with confidence because we have great partners like Ian and Ashley from Alliance. And
hi, Ashley. I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to say hi.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
and we have the product here in a relatively good quantity at all times. So regardless of application, we usually have what they're looking for any kind of lighting situation they're looking for.
All right. So the relationship is strong, as you just said, Dave. It is a primary line for you, because let's be honest, Dix has a lot of different lighting products for sure. But if you say it's a primary, that tells me that it's a pretty wide assortment then that covers a lot of categories. I'm sure we're about to dive into that. Before we get started, I'd like to set the mood. I got a quick little video, just give you guys a hint of what Brightsource may mean to you. I gotta say, if that's any indication of the wild company that likes to have a little bit of fun, I think we're on the right track. I like where the conversation is going. A Ferrari drift in the snow, all kitted out like that is something else.
Yeah, that's a shout out to our friends at Daily Driven Exotics. They put 4 of our 9-inch titaniums on the front of a Ferrari and went snow driving. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that cool. That's really awesome, guys. You've got me all primed up. I feel like I'm all fluffed up, ready for action. Let's dive into some product here. Where do we want to begin, Ian?
Sure. Let's start off within the headlight fog light category. We have a really unique product in our dual bulbs. So these are products that are designed to put into your factory OEM fog light locations. So lots of times those factory fog lights are white. They may not even have a fog pattern, but they're often used as lighting for the front end of a vehicle. So white light, as we all know, works great when it's dark, when it's snowing, and really ugly weather. You want to be able to, this light gives you the opportunity to switch between a white and a yellow light. So just at the touch of a switch, it'll move from white, and then you turn it on, turn it off, turn it off, turn it on again, and it comes on yellow. So there is some YouTube on this with, I think the Dix YouTube channel has a really good in the field shot of this, but that's basically the essence of this. And it's literally unplug your factory bulb, plug this in, and you're good to go. So it's one of the easiest installations, as long as you can get access to it easily.
And I've noticed there's starting to become more applications from factory that use that, and it's like there's nothing else that can replace it other than a product such as this.
Right. Yeah.
Very cool.
The bulb has the very low profile base, so it fits in and it goes in. And if you did have any questions, or if you wanted to have it installed, of course the dealer base or the Dix folks could tell you where you could get that done in your local
All right. And is that just a heat sink? There's no active fan or anything of that
Correct.
nature for cooling?
Yeah, no, good point. It is a passive heatsink, but and we actually designed that here in BC because we wanted a lower profile piece that would fit into headlights as well as fog light locations. So, yeah, that
Fog light locations for a Duo.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And the pricing on them's killer. Really good price point. So anyone can afford to do it, and it's a simple upgrade, from your home, right? It's obviously
it's a very DIY kind of piece.
Totally.
But, from a dealer perspective, it's something you absolutely have to have in inventory. It's one of those things, you either have it or you don't.
Right.
So if you have it, you're going to sell it, right? It's one of those things.
Yeah.
All right. I know that there was a presentation, Ian. Is that something we want to go to?
Yeah, I'm going to just talk a little bit about the Made for Northern Winters segment of our market, because we do have heated LED light bar, we have heated LED work lights, and we have even a heated SAE DOT approved snowplow headlight. So, the benefit of having something that warms up and melts ice off your lens of your driving lights or your work lights is that you don't have to get out and scrape them off. And you
honestly don't think you need to explain that to any Canadian resident what the benefits of that is.
So you can come out in the morning and sometimes your vehicle will be completely caked with snow and ice. You're gonna activate your remote start from inside where it's nice and warm. You have the lights turned on so they come on. By the time you get into the vehicle and it's all nice and toasty inside, it takes about a minute to melt the light, the ice off a light. So that's really, really good service. And yeah, then you can drive without obstruction on the old lens there.
You just made me think of a pet peeve of my wife's car. She has an electric vehicle, and it's obviously all the LED and remote start and the whole nine. Problem is, the car's all toasty by the time we get there, but I still got to scrape off all the ice off the headlights before we can move.
Right.
So,
right.
Having that feature certainly is beneficial. I can see, especially for stuff like snow plows that are up at 3:30 in the morning. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And so snow plows, of course, especially on like a heavy duty truck, like a pickup truck, for your city snowplow or for even your highway snowplow, it's great to have the heated lens. But it just on a truck that's converted where you put a snowplow on it, snowplow blocks the headlights generally, so you need another set of headlights on there that are mounted above and on the plow. And everybody's seen those, of course, but that's it's still great to have that heated function.
Absolutely. So we're talking about light bars, work lights, and snowplow headlights, all optional, all featuring a heated element of some type to keep the ice off.
Yeah,
Okay.
For sure.
Cool.
So I want to just I know, Ash, we have a yellow cube light on the board that really nice
100%
there. We have struggled for a long time to get the right color for a cube light for yellow, and as we mentioned, white is great in clear nights or even in the rain, but having an SAE DOT approved cube light that is yellow is huge. And then we're in our second season with this, and it just flies off the shelves as soon as people know about it. They want one, because if you're driving in a whiteout or even in just really ugly fog, white on white doesn't cut it. That yellow light gives you that real differentiation, so you can see where the edge of the road is, you can see where the snowbank is. Hopefully avoid that with your driving lights or your fog lights.
I have a question for you, Ian.
Sure.
I see a lot of cube lights, and there's a lot of people that make them, and now you answered my first question, is why yellow. The second question, how are they mounted? What is a popular mounting option for these cube lights on vehicles?
Sure. So we do have some custom mounted brackets for Jeep, Ford, and some other makes. We also have a license plate mount that you can basically put on the front of your vehicle over a license plate, which works well for lots of vehicles. So you can mount them on that. We have brackets for tubing. So for your quads, for example, we have different sizes and round brackets from 7/8 all the way up to 3 inches. So those are really good options. Some people buy aftermarket 8-pillar lights, so just by your head, by your windshield, and they mount up right beside the driver's cabin there. I want to just make one mention that is really critical for a big question in lighting is people say, well, are these auxiliary lights street legal? Do I have a properly equipped vehicle here, or am I going to get a ticket for having lights on my vehicle incorrectly? And so the bottom line on that is that there is an SAE DOT mark, and it'll have a J mark with an 845 or 846 or different codes that designate something as street legal. So the caveat to that is that those lights need to be mounted at or below the headlight level. So if you put a light bar up over your cab, you'll definitely need to use a cover on that, because even if you use an SAE marked cube light up there, it's not at or below the headlights. Second thing is that it needs to be wired into your high beams, and so that is another function that we need. And then common sense rules, right? I mean, if people are driving towards you in traffic, you would turn your high beams down, turn off your auxiliary lights. So those are things that just really are pertinent. And so that SAE DOT is North America wide. You can use that light as long as it's uncovered on a vehicle, as long as it's mounted at headlight or lower.
So headlight or lower. So when I see like cube lights or light bars up on, let's say, a roof rack, for example, that's off-road only.
That would be off-road only, and you need to cover those up.
They have to be covered up when you're on the public roads.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go off-road, you can take them off and whatever.
Right. Off-road, anything goes at that point. All right.
There's also an interesting secondary thing, and so you'll see E-mark in a lot of our products. The E-mark standard produces a much better light output than an SAE DOT light. And when I say better, I mean brighter and farther reaching. So it's super popular here in Canada. E-mark lights are legal by jurisdiction. So in BC, then you hop over to Ontario, Quebec, the Maritimes, and the North, you can run an E-mark light without a cover. Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba don't recognize E-mark symbols as being street legal, so you have to cover them up in those provinces. Now, the practical thing is, rarely do people get stopped for it, but when they do get stopped, if they're stopped for something else, or if they're at a commercial vehicle inspection thing, that an inspector's going to look at it and say, "Where's your mark? Got to cover it." And
okay.
A lot of times, attitude will get you through. So, yeah.
I just learned an incredible amount there. You're the first person to actually come on and talk and speak to this type of rating and what's legal and not legal. So thank you very much for sharing that with us.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, just to get back as far as our products are concerned. So we talked about the heated lights. You're talking about the cubes, you know, the yellow cube that we just talked about. What about light bars? Because, I mean, I see it right there. Actually, there's a bunch of light bars. That must be a big category for you guys. According to Dave, this is a hot seller, Dave. Am I right?
100%. 100%. We have a big off-road market in Alberta with the oil patch. We've got a lot of people that are recreational riders. I run a lot of these bars on snowmobiles and side-by-sides and quads and skid steers, snow blowers, anything with a 12-volt battery you need extra lighting. They've got an application for it. I actually run a titanium bar on the bottom of my snowmobile. I put it there to test how bulletproof they really are. And after 3 years of use, it is still working 100% like new.
Well, 3 years, eh?
Yeah, it's good. And I got a video here of a titanium double row that I'm just going to run, if that's okay with you guys.
Absolutely.
Okay. So. so just wanted to show you that as a titanium series, we developed this brand within a brand a couple of years ago because there were just lots of forward-facing LED products on the market. And if you look at our Eco 2 bar on the table there, you'll see that the difference between sort of the appearance of the light and then what you just saw in the video. So reflector facing or side emitting LEDs produce a really excellent light output, and they're different from sort of a diode that's in the middle of a lens, a reflector. And they look cooler. And then we wanted something styling because people are asking for, give me something that I can change my ride's look with and give me function. So that 22-inch bar you just saw is one of the most powerful on the market, and it has a range of over 600 meters. So, it doesn't matter what you're doing.
It's so bright that it's blowing out the camera lens. Did you see that?
Useless.
Get real close.
That was not a glitch, ladies and gentlemen. That was the LED bar freaking out the camera.
Yeah. So we have like the double row model there. Dave, do you have the single row or the double row model on your?
We do. Oh, we have the single up top here, Ian.
Yeah, no, but Dave's got it on his was it a snowmobile you have?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have 10-inch, 20-inch, and 30-inch, and the profile on these is very, very low profile. So it can sneak into and behind the grill on a Tacoma or a Tundra or lots of different applications. It's critical in our perspective to make it easy to install these on trucks and cars. And so we have both a side bracket as well as a back channel mount, which literally slides the length of the bar. So there's lots of mounting point options with that. And then most of our titanium products have, you have to buy the harness separately because there's different wattages. And so sometimes, the lower wattage bars will take one harness and the higher wattage bar might take another harness. So we don't sell them typically as a complete kit, but they all have a pigtail that a person can hardwire to as well. And that just gives people a lot of options about where and how they want to set up one of our titanium series light bars.
I have to say the specs on your bar are pretty impressive.
Yeah, thanks. It's I think there's been a lot of bruised retinas in the Dix showrooms with.
You should actually Brightsource should make sunglasses.
we should
Right.
hang. We should
Can you
hang
put these on, please?
It's a
Just
great
put them on,
idea.
please. Put
on
these
the
on, please.
display. Yeah.
Yeah. Safety measure.
Right
Okay.
on. So from there,
So we didn't touch on the warranty, Ian, if you want to touch on the titanium series warranty.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for tweaking me to that. Yeah, so there's a 5-year warranty on all the titanium series products.
Oh.
So they are just about bulletproof. I mean, they
That's
have
pretty industry leading on a light bar.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And our return rate is less than 0.5%. So that and for the dealers, for the guys behind the counter, I want you to know that when somebody comes in and says, if there's a failure, like one of the diodes isn't working or something isn't right, and Dix backs us on this too, and we back Dix, it's like you make the decision. You definitely have to go through a little bit to get it back, like to go through the process of getting the warranty properly processed. But we, in some cases, will ship it directly to the consumer if that's what is needed. Like the person's on a drive and they're going to Newfoundland and they're stopping in Fredericton, and we'll send it to their next stop. We'll do stuff.
Nobody stops in Fredericton, Ian. Nobody.
You stop and stay, right? Yeah. Anyway, we really service the heck out of our products, and dealers know, the dealers that we've worked with know that we have their back, and we'll take care of the problem, take care of their customer first, and then let's deal with the rest of it afterwards. So,
Very cool.
And we do the same here at Dix. We've had situations where we can't get a hold of people, or it's that midnight midnight tour through Edmonton and they need help, they stop by a JB's location, and we absolutely do them over the counter.
Oh, nice.
You know, we understand the situation with Brightsource's warranties very well. We know that we have a great dealer partner in Brightsource, and we like to take care of the customer with the product.
Very nice. I gotta say, I love the fact that it's a Canadian company too. It's not like you're calling over the border and wait for shipping and duties and this and that. They're right there in Vancouver. Beautiful.
Well, they understand. They understand the market. They understand what we're after and what we're really trying to solve for problems constantly. And they're right there with us in the bay, making sure that it works properly.
Perfect.
Our focus is Canada.
Let's keep the good times rolling. What other product have we got, Ian?
Yeah, I just want to show a couple of the new performance off-road cubes there. So we've got the Titanium series off-road cubes. And again, this is a new style. There is a significant increase in light output from the old school 12 watt or 18 watt LEDs.
Useless.
These are the little guy there is a 20 watt.
I noticed they're lower profile, Ian. Is that on purpose?
Yeah, and that's a design thing that fits in so well with the rest of our Titanium series lights. And so they look like the light bars. They look like some of our work lights, and it's a great fit. And it's a huge performance upgrade, which is amazing. It's gone. Even the little guy has a range of 254 meters. The
254 meters is a quarter kilometer on a cube light.
I know. And yeah, so the larger, so that's a small one. It's like 2.75 inches, and typically housing will be 3 inches or so. So we got a smaller one, which is great because it fits into more locations. The other model is a 3.2 inch housing, Deutsch connectors.
Deutsch connectors too. Wow.
And those kits all come with fully integrated harness relay system with a switch, lit switch.
I'm going to assume these are IP67 rated.
They're IP68 actually.
68 rated. Okay.
You can gun those into a meter, and they'll still run for a half hour. So not that you want to do that, but yeah.
No, right. But they're overbuilt, is what I like, and I see that unique reflector design on the inside. Looks very different from a standard, bar or cube for that matter.
Your average cube, and 270 meters are the larger model, so that's outstanding performance-wise.
The one thing we should probably, or it's worth mentioning, is the size of the lens. Even though the unit looks a little bit smaller than what we're used to, the size of the lens is actually the same size of what the industry's been selling for years and years and years. So even though it's got a smaller footprint, the output is equal to or way better than this because of the reflector-facing LED technology.
If anything, it just gives you more options of installation, having a small, lower profile footprint. Yeah,
for sure.
So I know we talk about lights all the time, but as an installer, someone that's in the bay a lot, I really appreciate the harnesses. They give you great length. They give you great switches right in the kit with the waterproof diaphragm there on the top. Great switch, great relays.
I'm sorry, Dave, just to be clear, this is all in the same box? This is
all in that box. Okay. It came with everything it needed. So just a great package for someone looking for lighting that has everything ready to go. No extra parts needed. Wonderful brackets, stainless hardware. All really great stuff.
And that's a 2-light kit or 1 light?
It's a 2-light kit.
2-light kit, okay. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so we saw the 7-inch round and 9-inch titanium series, 9-inch titanium series on the Ferrari. There's a 7-inch model as well. One of the things you saw on that video and is on the display behind Ashley there is another extra feature which is going to show up a lot in the next series we're going to talk about, but the 7-inch there will have both a really huge range, 425 meter range, plus a daytime running light or another auxiliary light features. So you could set that up with your DRL. You could set it up typically with a flasher or whatever you want to do, and that adds customized features for those. So those are really a popular item for sure. But yeah, I mean, we've talked a little bit about the functional driving lights in the titanium series, and I just want to make a segue into our new series, which is just kicking butt here and is really exciting. So we met this company from Sweden a couple of years ago. We started seeing their products pop up, and they're one of the top brands in Europe. And the company name is Strands, and they've introduced this series called the Siberia series. So for a smaller company like us in a smaller market, it's sometimes difficult to bring out new and exciting products when you need to buy 1,000 of each SKU, multiple SKUs. So our market is definitely a good size market, but we collaborated with those folks, and we're now their distributor and in Canada, and we're working on a number of products here in the Siberia series. So they've got the shared design passion, the shared performance passion, and there's a great range of new products that address everything from great on the road to great backup lights to new cubes and all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to get into that and just I'm going to show you a couple slides here just on the Siberia series. And one of the things about there's obviously single row and double row. So there's combinations here that are absolutely unique in the market that we're pumped about, and our dealers are psyched about too. So bottom line is, first of all, you can't compromise on like long range, high performance output, because when people want to buy a light, they don't want the gimmicky stuff. They want something that still performs. And then we add in a customization feature with this positioning light. So you can set it up to run your high beam, long range driving light, and then you can run either a white light or a real cool amber light in the in position on like a range of light bars from 12 to 50 inches. So that's a really neat customization feature. And I'm going to take just a second here to play another video that'll show you what it looks like. Yeah, so that gave you a quick preview there on the both the single row and the double row.
I just want to make sure I'm understanding this right.
Sure.
First of all, it looks super cool. I've never seen a light bar with that feature, so let's get that out of the way. Yeah. But that is supposed to be wired to your daytime running light so that it's constant, or
it can be. Yeah, it can be, and so you can set it up so you turn the ignition, and depending on whether you have the amber wire or the white wire connected to your DRL, that's what'll come on, and it'll turn off automatically.
Oh, that is a very unique feature.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to put this in perspective here. So let's have this mounted, my bumper. I could wire it to my daytime running light, either the white or the amber model, and it'll just stay on with my daytime running lights. Correct. And then when I decide to switch on to my high beams, for example, then I could get the full light, and then it'll go back.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And even so, taking it one step further, Ben, if you wanted to wire your flashers to the amber, then your flashers would come on.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
So yeah, loaded with options, and guys love that. Like people,
I love it. That's great. That's really neat. Yeah, absolutely. And this is so just from a range perspective now, Ian, this is one notch above titanium then?
It's actually one notch below.
Okay, so it's in between.
The the titanium, it doesn't have a position light, so there's just a little bit less surface area to work with. So that really takes away just a little bit. But the compromise is about 10 to 15%. It's not a big deal. You still have whereas that 22-inch model in titanium is 600 meters, the double row 22-inch in titanium is 550. So you're still getting a kick-ass range, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With cool features like that.
With cool features, yeah.
Neat.
I'm going to show one more video here, and this is going to give you an idea of the. It sort of cycles through from 12 inches all the way up to 50. So you'll see a gradual progression. And so it's not your screen warming up. It's actually the 12 inch, then the 20, then the 30, 40, 50. It's kind of a cool slide. So I want to just take a sec here. I'll do that. So this is. Yeah, so you can see that with that kind of range, you're going to have with a 50-inch bar, you're going to have a heck of a range, and with a 12-inch bar, it's darn good too. So, yeah. So those are we're really excited about those. They come with because there's multiple features. We have adapter harnesses that you buy that take it from a Deutsch 4-pin to a 2-pin that will work with our traditional wiring harnesses, and then you hardwire the white or the yellow wherever you want it to go. So that's on the install side. It's good to have a professional to help you with that.
Well, we are certainly, that's who we speak to, are the professional installers out of all the shops. So that's really, customization is a key word. We love that.
Oh yeah.
We absolutely love that.
It's going to show you one more here on the cube. This is a Siberia cube light, and so you saw our performance off-road lights before, and this is very similar. The difference is that it's got a positioning light in the middle, as you can see, and that can come on either as a white or an amber light.
I'm sorry, Ian, I have another question. Are you saying that it is selectable within the same unit to be white or amber, or is it two separate models?
No, it's in the same model. Yeah, it's the same light bar.
It's selectable. You can choose to. Wait a minute. Now more questions. So you mentioned the example previously about wiring it to your clicker.
Yeah.
Does that mean I could wire it to my DRLs for white and to my clicker for amber?
Yes, you could.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see that for a second. There it is. Sorry, Dave. I'm getting deep on this because you know how our listeners love this customization stuff, right? I mean, that's just next level.
This is the next level of lighting.
Very, very neat. Have you experienced or seen customers do what I'm describing here?
We have, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So we actually just did a Raptor with two of these on each side in their little cube spots. And we actually did do the switch back. So daytime running light was white, and then when you put the signal on or the hazards, they would flash there as well.
Like, you show a customer that, who doesn't want that? No. Seriously. I mean, that's it right there.
Oh yeah, it's going to get better. It's
cool.
Yeah. So I'm going to go to another slide here and just show you a what we call our our Night Ranger and our Bush Ranger. So there's a clear as well as a yellow light option with this, or an amber light option. I'm just going to run this real quick, and then I'll leave you more description. So on these lights, you're getting a 7-inch size or a 9-inch size. There's the Night Ranger, which has a clear lens, and so it'll focus with a really nice 300, like the 7 inches, 370 meters range, and it has that perimeter as well as the semicircle bar, and you can power that up to, again, a white or a yellow output. I don't know if you have one of those at hand there, guys, but and I apologize, I don't mean to put you on the spot. I just wanted to talk about the bracket. The bracket is, first of all, it's a heavy light. The bracket is super skookum, so you're not gonna. And these have been running on heavy duty trucks on the ice highways in Northern Europe for 2 years. So
I suppose they know winter too.
Yeah. And so anything that was going to fail has already failed. So we're not going to, well, we could challenge somebody in Alberta to beat the crap out of a light, and I'd love to see that happen. But it stands up, and if it does break, boy, we're there, and we want to fix it. So we'll do that. But anyway, the Night Ranger is the white light output, and then there's the Bush Ranger, which is a yellow output. And it goes back to what we were talking about originally with the yellow fog cubes, and having a yellow light output, especially when you're back in deep woods where you need to see the trail or you need to see the road when it's friggin' ugly and snowy and foggy. That's going to be your option. So I hope to have my my Ram all fitted out with 2 9-inch Rangers and Night Rangers and 2 of the Bush Rangers for this, but I didn't get around to getting a wire. You're gonna
put one of each set, so 4, 2 yellow, 2 white.
Oh yeah, I drive the Coca-Cola all the time, and then I off-road in the Kamloops area. So I want stuff that's going to be able to. I'm going to be able to see, and we use this stuff, right? Like, we're not just taking it off the shelf and say, yeah, go try this. It's like, we use it, we love it, and we bring it to you because we think you're going to love it too. And that's really what we're all about. And that's why we get jacked about, Dave's application on his truck or his quad, or we love seeing people loving our product and working with it. And it's just, that's just one of the reasons we're in business, is you just want to make
that is good to hear. Really good to hear.
People. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we're going down the catalog. I'm just looking at the time. I want to make sure we get as much in as possible.
Sure. Okay, I'm going to tell you about a product that is brand new and it's just coming onto the market. It's called a Night Guard, and this has more. If you can imagine, we've added more to it. So not only is it a high-powered driving light, it has a switchable amber and a position light. That's like a standard. But we've added a strobe. So the strobe warning light can be either, there's 2 models. There's the double row and the single row in different sizes. But as a chase light on the back of a quad, it can be fantastic. It can be ideal for the professional user in traffic control, around a work yard or what have you. And it's just, I don't know, I just think this is a really, really cool, functional and different type of light. Sorry, I gotta stop that. I'm gonna come out and show you the video on this real quick.
Now, was this just to clarify? Was this part of the Siberia line of products? Because I noticed the video is the same style.
Yeah, no, it is.
Okay.
It's called the Night Guard series, so it's a different part of the market, and this where it gets into some of the industrial applications and or more professional, or just even a person who uses their vehicle for both business and private use. So sometimes you want to be able to have that kind of functioning where you can just switch between it, and then you're working 5 days a week as traffic control or something, and then you go into where you want to go off-road on the weekend, and you've got that as an option. So respecting the fact that we've got a little bit of time here, I want to just mention 2 more things. One is it's called the Red Tiger, and this is this is where we get into some backup light, performance lighting for backup function. So there's a double row here that has a red function as well as a white function, and both supported by a long range, again, a 250 meter backup light. So this guy has additional customization options, which I'm going to show you here just in the video. So give you an idea.
Interesting.
Yeah. So again, in the world of optimizing, and I think we've got one there. Is that one? You have one there, Ash? Just to show. It's a 12-inch, so you could put it on either side of a headache rack, or you could put it on the back bumper of a truck, pickup truck. Again, like that ability to use it as a turn signal, or use it as a backup light, or as a chase light, even with the red is huge. And that could be certainly a quad light too. And if you're out in the snow with a sled, there's another product I'm going to show you in a minute that's a little bit smaller, but great.
I have a question because this is a 12-inch model, you said?
Yeah.
This is IPX?
68 IP.
68.
Yeah.
Man, on the back of a boat trailer.
Yeah.
Totally.
Would be
100%.
Awesome. You know what I mean? Just on the bottom bunk, facing out where the normal triple stupid little does nothing bulbs are. If you could trigger that to a reverse, that would be amazing.
Right. I know a guy who could do that for you.
Think of holiday trailers. Think of anybody towing a recreational trailer.
Yeah.
They want to see when they back up, right? Like,
and it could be triggered, connected to the brake light as well, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and clicker at the same time if you had two.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All of the above.
So many options. So much options.
Yeah.
Very unique product, Ian. I'm thoroughly impressed with this presentation so far. It's you guys have some very unique product, that's for sure. You mentioned there was another product. We do have time to squeeze one more in.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to show you the Red Panda, which is the cube version of what you just saw. So
are there pandas in Siberia?
Little known fact.
I'm not sure about that.
Powered by pandas.
We have we have the disclaimer that we did not have any part in naming these products.
Okay.
But the Red Panda Cube has the same features you just saw in the larger light, and so if you don't have room for a 12-inch, or you want to put lights on your headache rack or below your bumper or what have you, then you've got great options with that. So that's that sort of brings to a conclusion my part of the new stuff that we're working on. And so Dix Performance has these in stock. We are literally a day away. I know that Brightsource products are in the St. Thomas location in Ontario. They're in Calgary. They're in Edmonton. So they're well stocked with this, and we're just really, really pumped about having such great products for all budgets and for a huge range, and we didn't even get into safety. We didn't even get into the
we may have to circle back and do something else on the safety. We didn't talk about no bulbs, barely any bulbs, other than the duo bulb. It's the only one we talked about on this session. And you mentioned you also do xenon as well.
And we have B-series HID replacement and upgrade bulbs as well.
I'm going to ask the question, do you also have the anti-flicker modules and all that type of stuff as well?
Yeah, and we sell those. So if you have a Dodge Ram kit, or if you have a Dodge Ram, we sell a complete kit as...
Like an application-specific kit is what you mean?
Yeah, application-specific. So it'll have all the components you see there, which deal with daytime running light, variable electricity function. We've got all sorts of
emergency lighting, Interior bulbs too, or you don't do that?
We don't do interior bulbs yet.
Okay.
No, we're that's a part of our business that we haven't gone after yet. We're mainly exterior. Yeah.
Very, very cool. I mean, I think we did a pretty good job in our first sit down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got to know the brand a little bit. You showed off some really cool product. I got to give it to the boys over at Dix for hustling. They've been nonstop moving around, trying to show everything you're talking about, keeping up with you. But I think you did a great job doing that. Funniest thing is when you said those light bars are bright, I thought it would have blown out the camera, but we're good. Camera's still good, guys. We can still use it. Okay, here's my wrap up on this. I want to say again, really cool product. There's a lot of light bars on the market, right? There's a lot of options. I'm really excited with the unique features that you've presented today, especially in the customization thing, because I mean, all of our customers are specialty 12-volt retailers. We live and breathe custom install because that's what we offer our clients. That's why they come to us. It's so that we can offer them that enhanced service of being able to customize exactly what they want for their truck, for their ATV, for their boat, for their RV, so on and so forth. I think what you've presented today, Ian, is a plethora of product that I, for one, there's a couple of things in there I didn't even know existed until today, and I'm pretty excited about. I'm going to pass the mic to Dave if you want to wrap up basically what we've learned today.
Well, I'm just so appreciative for Ian, for you to be a part of CMA and really be excited about coming on today. So I really appreciate you being here. We're excited for Brightsource and all the new product that you've dropped off. We always sit around the boardroom table, gooing and gawing over all the new stuff. We got our 21 catalog. There's some great new products coming for all the people that are out there that already do Brightsource. And obviously, if you don't have Brightsource on your shelf, we do, and we're ready to get you some. So give us a call here at Dix or visit our website. We do yearly placement programs to help guys out. Terms and other things are available. So please reach out to us. We've got great inventory on all these great bars. The warranties are outstanding leadership at Brightsource. They listen. They really understand what we're doing in the install bay. And we couldn't be happier to be a part of their success.
Oh, that's a lot of flowers. Ian, accept them. I'll leave the president the last word. What message do you have for dealers who might be watching this for the first time, discovering Brightsource for the first time?
We'd love to do business with you, and we will support you. And we just like to bring new products into the market that get your customers excited and make them come back to your store because you got the latest and greatest. And that's really the thing that you want to do is have repeat customers. And we want people coming back with a smile on their face and boy, those headlights work great, or oh my gosh, was that light bar amazing on the trail, or whatever. And we just we want to support our distributors and Dix and just the market in general, and sure appreciate the opportunity to be here this morning with you, Ben, and part of this great broadcast.
Well, this is going to be good stuff. Hey, want to give you a thank you again, Ian, for taking the time, for making great product. I think we'll have to circle back to cover the other pages of your catalog, no doubt in my mind.
Sounds good.
All right, take care, Ian.
Thanks very much.
Team Dix, good job today, guys. I really like what you have there. I think you've got a great partner in Brightsource. I can see why you're so enthusiastic about it, Dave. Now I get it. So again,
absolutely.
Everybody knows where to find you already, but we're going to go ahead and put it up one more time. If you're interested in Brightsource products in Canada, make sure you contact Dix Performance. There's their number out of Edmonton, or you can visit their website at dixperformancenorth.com. Fellas, I want to thank you again for taking the time to put and all the effort you guys put in today. I know you guys are
absolutely anytime, Ben. We really
very
appreciate
much
doing these.
All right, man.
Thanks
Take
so
care
much.
now. Bye-bye.
You too.
There you have it. Another very interesting option for your shop. Take a look at these Brightsource products. I have to say those Siberia, the LED, my mind is still going a mile a minute. So I think they're very cool. Quality looks great, and it's a Canadian company, and we love to support local. So that's another great thing. Hey, thanks for tuning in again to another CMA Connected lunchtime learning session presented by SiriusXM. We'll be back here tomorrow on Friday at noon as per usual. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.